Alright, here's the plan. On the count of three, we're all gonna scare Jessica to death. 1, 2, 3. Let's scare Jessica to death. Something is after Jessica. Something very cold, very wet, and very dead. 1971. You know, this film didn't even come out on VHS and beta until 1984. So, I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, I'm surprised that it was an American film. And it kind of sets it up kind of like a Marilyn Ross gothic novel romance style. And Jessica, let's introduce the players here. Jessica is like mid 30s, late 30s, I'm not sure. Her and her husband, she's just released from the mental institution, and her favorite hobby is grave rubbings, not robbings, rubbings, as in she puts that paper on, that wax paper, and does the sketch of it and hangs it up in her room. Anyway, there's a third guy. It's just like a friend of theirs, and her husband ends up buying a farmhouse on this island in Connecticut. They try to pass it off as it's on an island, but I'm not buying it. They don't really do a good job of establishing it as a real island. Anyway, so their whole plan is to, hey, maybe if you get out in the wilderness, get out on your own, you'll get your mind right. All right, let's try that. So they're there. And there's also an apple orchard. It's a farmhouse, and the house it wasn't too shabby, I'd say. It was actually in pretty good condition, grand architecture. I mean, it's not the typical gothic castle and ruin setting, but it's really good for America. It was built in like the 1800s or so. And alright, I'm like, sweet, 1971. I thought it was gonna be a hippie horror. I'm like, okay, I escaped it. It's not hippie horror. They're doing chime music soundtrack like wah, wah, tink, tink, tink. Anyway, they found out that there's a squatter early on in the house, and it ends up being this 30-something-year-old hippie type of redheaded girl, and, you know, she plays her stupid guitar horribly. And as we go on, Jessica's having her fair share. We've all seen this setup. It's been done to death in movies where the main character is crazy, but you don't know if she's crazy, and she's put in a situation where to the audience it could be she's off her meds, or this place is really haunted. What's going on, you know? And she's seeing eldritch women and all these supernatural occurrences. Not really. There's really no special effects in this at all. They take advantage of the landscape. I give them kudos for that. And mostly her hauntings include sound bites. She hears these little chirps of girls like, follow me. Oh, Jessica. Ooh, stay here. Or leave this guy. What's going on? I don't know. And that's pretty much the hauntings throughout. I mean, you're like, and for most of the movie it plays out, you're like, okay, give me something risque, give me some violence, but you don't really get that. The locals in town, they all got scars on their necks. They all got, and they're all they're hostile towards them and surly, and they're not easy to get along with. They won't help them out at all, you know. And so that's pretty much it for most of it. And then she slowly uncovers that they learned from the antique shop owner, finally fesses up and starts to talk to one of them. And they're like, yo, that place, did you know that this woman was getting married, and the day before she got married she drowned in there? And that's one of the things she sees too. She sees this. The special effects are basically like women in white nightgowns roving around the place, and it's not really scary at all. And you're like, okay, when's the big reveal coming? What's going on there? That doesn't come until the last 10 minutes, really. The hippie girl ends up getting more and more strange as it goes along. You know that she's either a ghost or something else, or knows more than she lets on. Oh, here's a picture of Jessica. Jessica's so weird. She's like got this smirk on her face, and she's really benign and virtuous for the most part. And you're like, how crazy are you though, Jessica? Come on. And I don't really get how the recovery process of her, this whole thing, because we don't know what her illness was in the first place. I guess she's smiling so much because it's better than spending the night in a straitjacket or whatever. And you know the hippie horror genre, though? Like I said, I Drink Your Blood, Simon King of the Witches, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, hippie horror. Me and Keckler talk about it every now and then. I don't know, maybe I'll write an article about it sometime. But all in all, you don't really, the build up isn't really much tension or suspense. There's mystery there, but like I said, it isn't that effective. It could have been a lot more psychologically tormenting. And what, now I'm going to get into spoiler territory. See the movie if you want. I don't really recommend it. But, so the big whole reveal is, this is an island of vampires. And all their marks on their neck are the old guys in town. They're vampires. And the main redheaded hippie girl that was squatting at the house, she's a vampire. She turned both the guys into vampires. At one point, the husband cheats on Jessica. That's never revealed to Jessica. She still goes about in her hallucinating own kind of mind and world. She eventually gets off the island, and she doesn't know the difference between nightmares and dreams, or madness and sanity. So it's left ambiguous. Is she crazy, or is this island really haunted and occupied by vampires? So I think it was vampires. Anyway, I don't got much more to say. This is JBM, and tune in every day this October 2015. There will be a new video up, 31 videos showing off horror items and different reviews, including my top 100 villains list, horror villains list of all time. That I'm really working hard on, so tune into that for sure. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment, suggest a review that I should do. I'm out. Thanks.